They call them the Osu, solely sacred to the gods, a thing cursed by the gods, a people lesser than mortals. Or was this just a belief? This is the story of Ruby, the Osu. In the village of Umzala, there the hills meet the sky, and the air always smelled of rain-soaked clay. There lived a girl whose beauty defied reason. Her name was Ruby, an Osu. Her skin glowed like fresh palm oil under the sun. Her eyes deep and warm like udara fruits. Her voice could calm crying infants, and her laughter, rare as it was, made even the elders stop and smile. But none of that mattered. Ruby was Osu. Tainted, cursed, less than human. No man dared touch her. No family dared welcome her. Even children were warned not to linger near her or her father for too long. The gods, the elders whispered, marked her and her ancestors long ago, and no good can come from their blood. Yes, Ruby walked with grace. She greeted the market women with smiles. She danced alone at the New Yam festival, not out of joy, but because her heart could no longer bear the silence of rejection. She cooked for her aged father, the only family she had left, until the gods took him too. Her compound sat at the village edge, shaded by a giant ube tree. Like the outcasts, its branches bent low, its fruits sweet but untouched. And then came Chidi, strong like the red-cap warrior of old, wealthy from trading kola nuts and clothes, and handsome enough to make maidens fake chances just to brush his arm in a shrine. Chidi saw Ruby, not in person. He saw her pain, her fire, her loneliness. Where others saw a curse, he saw a crown. He gave her flowers one evening under the ube tree. Then he came again the next week with meat. Then he came with music. Before the moon changed twice, he asked for her hand. The village erupted like thunder. His mother, Mama Chidi, wailed in the village square, tearing her wrappers. You want to bring that thing into our lineage? Have you lost your senses, Chidi? Do you want our ancestors to strike us down? His sisters, Ujunwa, Amara, and little Njideka, spat every time they walked past Ruby's compound. She has charmed our brother, they said angrily to each other, and nodded in agreement. But Chidi stood firm. I love her, he said. She will be my wife, or I would never marry. His family had no choice. They wedded in silence. No drums, no dancers, no community feast. Only the priest of Allah agreed to bless them with wary eyes and trembling hands. Chidi built her a fine home in the family compound. A 2-room house with a kitchen, wide enough to make her feel safe, but not wide enough to keep out heat. It began slowly. At first, it was silence. Long, heavy silence from his mother and sisters. Then small things disappeared. Her slippers, her beads, the wrapper her mother left her. When Chidi traveled, as he often did for trade, the silence turned into slaps. Meals were withheld. Water was dirtied. Her clothes sand. Ruby bore it all, not out of weakness, but because she had been trained by life to carry sorrow like a second skin. When Chidi returned, his mother would serve him soup with laughter, and his sisters would massage his shoulder, giggling like birds. Ruby never told him. She did not want to poison the only love she had ever known. But one morning, her stomach turned. She vomited in hibiscus bushes and wept, because her body was no longer just hers. She was with child. Chidi cried when she told him. Joy spilled from his mouth in endless prayers and songs. He lifted her, swirled her in the air, and told the moon itself that he would be a father soon. But Mama Chidi's face twisted with disgust. That outcast will birth another snake, she hissed. You are blind, Chidi. She will stain our bloodline forever. Chidi tried to keep her safe. He paid for guards, asked the priest to bless her womb, even considered moving to Onitsha with her. But trade called, and like always, he left. 7 months pregnant. Ruby's belly was round and firm, like a calabash. Her back ached. Her ankles swelled, but her soul was filled with hope. She sang to her unborn child. She rubbed her belly and whispered promises. You will be loved. You will be seen. You will not suffer like I did. But fate is not softened by lullabies. One rainy afternoon, the sky hung low, and thunder muttered warnings. Mama barged into Ruby's room with Ujunwa and Amara. Njideka stood outside, giggling coolly. So you think you are one of us now, Mama spat. You think a baby will change who you are? Her hand swung like a match. Ruby staggered back. The blows came like fire, hot, fast, unrelenting. She tried to scream, to beg, but a push sent her sprawling. Her head hit the mortar. Something cracked. Pain exploded through her skull. And then, nothing. When Chidi returned, it was too late. They told him Ruby slept, that she fell while fetching firewood, that it was the rain, that they cried. We buried her under the bay tree, alone. No priest came, no chants, just tears and dirt. That night, the wind shifted in Umuzala. It began with whispers. Amara swore she heard footsteps pacing her room. Ujuma woke up with deep scratches on her arm. Mama dreamed of fire and blood, and eyes, Ruby's eyes, staring through her mosquito nets. Onjideka wet her bed and screamed about a woman in white, pressing her belly against hers. They said it was guilt. They said it was madness. But soon, the goats began to die. Then chicken. Then the maids. One evening, the compound's lantern refused to light. The air thickened. The ube tree rattled, though there was no wind. And from the shadows, a voice came. Not loud, but calm, cold like a dripping water. I kept quiet. I endured. But you stole my joy and my child. Mama ran to the shrine. The priest refused to help her. You buried her without rites. You let an innocent die in range. She's not Osu anymore. She's beyond the gods. That night, Chidi sat alone in the courtyard. His face burnt, eyes sulking. He had not eaten for days. He had begged his mother to confess, but she clung to her lies until the voice came again. Ruby appeared, dressed in white. her stomach swollen still. Blood dripped from her hairline. Her eyes were empty. Chidi felt his nails. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. Ruby, forgive me. She looked at him with sorrow. I loved you, but love did not protect me. He wept. Take me, let them go. I want to be with you. But Ruby's eyes shifted to the house. They broke me. Let them feel what I felt. And with that, she vanished. The next morning, Ujunwa was found hanging from the ube tree. Amara ran mad and ate soil until she choked. Mama was the last. She sat by the mortar Ruby had died on, rocking back and forth, whispering apologies to a child that was never born. Only Njideka survived. She was taken by her uncle far away. They said she never spoke again. The villagers stopped working under the ube tree. The ube tree bore no more fruits. Chidi lived alone. Some say he sees Ruby every full moon, sitting under the tree, singing lullabies to a child crowded in shadow. They say her laughter now chills the bones. Her story became a warning, not just about the Osu, but about cruelty, silence, and the range of a broken heart. In Omuzala, when wind blows at night, and the trees whisper, mothers hold their daughters close and whisper one truth. No one is born cursed. But if you make a woman's soul bleed, the gods would not shield you. If you enjoyed this story, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and we hope to see you in our next story. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, no one is born cursed.